All right, so yes, welcome back to my adventure in Raid Shadow Legends. We're taking a very special look at Sun Wukong because you do not want to neglect him in 2025. Because if you want to turn him into the ultimate nuker, you can do just that. We're going to go over his mastery so you can accomplish this goal. And I want to talk about some of the mistakes I've also made with Sun Wukong, and I do need to rework him a little bit when it comes to gear and artifacts. There's one thing that a lot of new players do that you should not be doing. And hey, if you want to obtain this amazing legendary right now for free as a new user, or maybe you're starting a new free-to-play account, all you got to do is go to promo codes. I've reached my daily promo code limit, but you go here and you enter one word, Monkey King. It's one word, no spaces, all caps, and then you will obtain, of course, Sun Wukong for free in your inbox right here, as well as a bunch of really good starter resources. But I'm going to take it a step further for you guys because I'm going to give him some support. We got Teodor and, yes, Ugo, who you can obtain for free as well as a new user by simply following that link in the description below or clicking that QR code on the screen, and you'll obtain them as well, and a ton of starter resources to really help you out in your adventure in Raid Shadow Legends. But I really want to talk about how you could take Sun Wukong and really turn him into kind of like the ultimate nuker using masteries. And remember, to really upgrade those masteries, you're going to want to, of course, get through the Minotaur's Labyrinth. There are so many different scrolls for different champions that you can acquire, and you're going to need these to really level up your masteries with Sun Wukong. And really any other champion, of course. Or alternatively, you could go in here and just unlock all of them by clicking Get All Scrolls. Of course, it's going to cost 800 gems. But yeah, it might be worth doing simply because it can be a little bit grindy, or a lot of it grindy, when it comes to obtaining those scrolls for upgrading your masteries. But anyway, let's head on over to HellHades.com and see what type of nuker build they have here for the masteries, because this is going to help you guys really just eliminate and wipe out the competition. So let's start out with your offensive builds here. We're going to see what tree we're going to be ignoring, which is going to be the support tree. We're going to be focusing in on offense and defense today for Sun Wukong. So starting out, of course, you're going to want to invest in this one right here. Deadly Precision, that's going to focus in on crit rate plus 5%. And then we got Keen Strike, which is also going to be crit damage. That's going to be a 10% increase right there. But you know, Heart of Glory is going to increase damage inflicted by 5% when attacking with full HP. So that's going to be great to start out. And if you're using Lifesteal, you can really keep that HP up. Lifesteal is great for being a campaign farmer, of course, for Sun Wukong. And then what do we have next? We have Whirlwind of Death, increases speed by 6 for each enemy killed by this champion, stacks across each round in a battle up to 18 speed. And Wukong here has two abilities in particular that attack several enemies at the same time, so you can get a multi-kill many times over. That's where that comes in handy. And then there's Ruthless Ambush, increases damage inflicted by 8% for the first hit on each enemy. But what about this one here? Opportunist says increases damage inflicted to targets with Stun, Sleep Fear, True Fear, Freeze, Petrification debuffs by 12%. So you're going to really want kind of like support roles that can really add those debuffs in there. Also, we got Cycle of Violence, has a 30% chance of decreasing the cooldown of a random skill by 1 turn if the damage inflicted by a skill exceeds 30% of the target's max HP, occurs once per turn. That's pretty powerful right there. But we also have Kill Streak, increases damage inflicted by 6% in the arena and 3% in all other locations for each enemy killed by this champion in battle, stacks across each round in a battle up to 12%. And you got to remember, you can combine that with his aura skill. If you put him as the team leader, increases ally speed in arena battles by 28%. So he is really, really good in those arena battles. And remember, you can acquire Sun Wukong right now for free for a limited time. Use that promo code in the description below. And Alice the Wanderer Chase event is still going on right now. Sign in 7 different days and you will obtain her for free. Also, yes, I'm giving away Teodor and Ugo, amazing epic support champions. Follow that link in the description below or scan the QR code to obtain them and a bunch of free starter resources for the best start in Raid. Check it out. And then also we have Mythical, which says this increases the damage inflicted by this champion's default skill by 2% each time it is used during battle, stacks across each round in a battle up to 10%. That's pretty nifty. But yeah, we also have Helm Smasher, has a 50% chance of ignoring 25% of the target's defense for skills that ignore defense. This 25% is in addition to the amount ignored by the skill. So you can see how that one is one you really, really want to obtain later down the ladder here for offense. But what about defense? Let's talk about defense here. This is super important. We got tough skin defense plus 75. That's pretty self-explanatory. And then also we have blast proof, decreases damage received from AoE attacks by 5%, upping that survivability. And next up we have resurgent, has a 50% chance to remove one random debuff from this champion when they lose 25% of their max HP or more from a single enemy skill. Also, we have delay death, reduces the damage this champion receives from a specific enemy by 0.75% with each hit taken from that enemy. Damage reduction stacks up to 6% for each enemy. That is really good. And we also have retribution, has a 50% chance to counterattack when this champion loses 25% of their max HP or more from a single enemy skill. So if you're going to combine that with speed, that really keeps him in the action, keeps the enemy suppressed on their toes, especially in PvP when he is constantly counterattacking. And when it comes to gear, one of the big mistakes I have made, I have to admit, is focusing in on sets. And I have heard that that is not the best decision to make. In essence, you really do want to go after the stats in particular and not really the artifact bonus. However, there are some caveats to this. In the case of Sun Wukong, there is actually a gear set that you do want to kind of hyper focus on. Well, it's quite easy. Merciless gear set is probably one of the best gear sets that has been around. I've also seen like Ash report on it as well and really highlight this in his build videos. But you really also want to go after attack percentage, not flat rate, attack percentage in particular as your main stat with these, and then also speed as well. But really double down on attack if you really want to make Sun Wukong super powerful. Besides, he is an attack-centric legendary. But right now, I'm actually running Divine Offense, which is all over the place with the stats. You know, I do wish they were more focused in on speed, but we do have some pretty cool things going on here. Crit rate and speed, of course. You want the boots to be all about speed when it comes to Sun Wukong and a lot of the different champions, of course. That is something that you absolutely want to have. And one thing that I have unfortunately neglected with him is the stars. You definitely want to ascend him, of course. Head on over to the tavern and upgrade his ascension here to 3 stars because you gain that new skill, which is Unbeatable Wukong, revives this champion with 100% HP and 100% turn meter 3 turns after they were killed. This is a big one, just in case if he goes down. That could be very, very useful in PvP. And remember, if you're wondering, well, how do I actually get the potions to pull that off? All you got to do is click here on the potions and you get your different options to actually pull that off. And by the way, the Alice the Wonder event is still going on, so you can actually obtain another free legendary right now. All you got to do is track your Alice chase progression over here. As you can see, I actually did it, guys. I obtained the 2-star perfect soul, as you can see right here. But if you want to obtain her for free, it's super easy. Just log in those 7 different days. On day 7, you will obtain her. Boom. Easy. But it is a limited time event, so just remember that. This will not last forever. And yeah, you guys can also have that support of course, Ugo and Teodor for free by following that link in the description below or scanning that QR code on the screen. And you'll also obtain a bunch of free starter resources as a new user, or you can start a new free-to-play account as well. But let me tell you what, Sun Wukong, don't neglect him either. Just go to the promo code area right here, enter Monkey King, all caps, one word. I can't do it right now because my daily promo code limit again has been reached. But yeah, if you do that as a new user, go for it and you will get him in your inbox with a bunch of other resources. So resource on resources, tons of way to really have a great start in Raid for sure. But hopefully these tips actually help you guys out in Raid Shadow Legends, getting a really good start. If you're going to go for a free-to-play challenge or something like that, yeah, this is definitely useful. But yeah, he's such a badass. Really love Sun Wukong. He has not let me down at all. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Take care.